Hi, everybody. Give me just 1 second so that I can turn my Facebook off. Yes, perfect. And now I can see clearly that I'm not alone. I actually have my guest, Hanan, right here. But before I introduce my guest formally to you, thank you so much for tuning in and watching and listening to Dream Big with Zhanna, inspiring you to reignite, refire, and refuel your life. And today, I am super excited about the conversation that we are about to have with my guest, the amazing Josephine, but we call her Jose. She's known and she goes by Jose Hanan. Jose is the founder and CEO of Promote Her Business, which is known for promoting the heck out of women-owned businesses, online, offline, all the time. Promote Her Business puts on year-round networking events and marketing sales trainings while teaching women and male allies the best ways to promote their businesses and each other. Personally, Joseph's expertise is in marketing as a marketing strategist and copywriter and advanced networking expert really rocks the world of everybody who comes around her. So Joe's, on a personal note, you are one of the most giving people who I have ever met, who is a business owner. And I've been blessed to get to know you, and we've known each other for a few years already.
Yeah.
And yeah, personally, online, we meet online, offline all the time, and this all the time. And thank you for doing the work that you do in the world. And you are the amazing, beautiful, pure spirit who comes from the place of serving. That's what I can tell from my personal perspective. And welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. Thanks so much for having me. And Zhanna, what I love about you is how you're so committed to giving women the best resources and tools available. And you come from just such a mission-driven and heart-centered space. And that's why I love introducing experts to our Promote Her Business community. You think I would be able to say that by now?
Okay.
Promote Her Business community that resonate with our energy and what we stand for. And you are definitely one of those people. So it's really great to have you in my life.
Thank you so much. I had a pleasure to be at one of the networking events, and before Promote Her Business, so that our listeners and everybody who is watching us understand. Could you please really shed the light onto what Promote Her Business really is? And then we'll start with that so that they understand the concept of what you're building. And then I also want to know your backdrop story. I usually kind of combine my questions in batches of two. So the first one about the organization that you're running, and then I want to know the personality behind the business. So what's the vision for Promote Her Business?
Yeah, so Promote Her Business, you could think of our organization as a hybrid between a favorite networking group and a year-round marketing and sales training program. And the whole concept is a lot of times when you join a networking group, why do you join? To get business, right? Not just to make friends, but to actually get business. And so at Promote Her Business, what we are committed to is really allowing our community to deepen their relationships with each other and continually learn the best ways to promote their business, whether it's Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter or Instagram or ebooks. I mean, we talk about all the different ways so that on top of networking, you're also learning the best ways to promote your business. And then you can take those ways and promote the heck out of other business owners using the mediums you now understand.
That's amazing. And I know that I personally experienced some of the events that you were putting. So if we could let's just do a little curve. What really inspired you to start that community? And I want to know a little bit about you as a person. Like who is Joe's Hanan, and what inspired you to start this? Like so that your vision took this format, the networking for female entrepreneur. It's only for entrepreneurs or for corporate people too? Is it women?
Yeah, so our primary audience, you're talking to a marketer, so we always have a primary audience. We don't have just everybody, but our primary audience are women entrepreneurs. About 95% of our community are women entrepreneurs, 5% are men. We love men, we love male allies. And in terms of corporate, we invite our corporate sisters to come to events to learn about more women-owned businesses. Actually, every second Tuesday of the month, we have an ultimate promotion contest where corporate women come in and you get to hear about all these different women-owned businesses, and then you get to vote on who you think is most interesting. And then you can refer more of your friends during their holiday shopping to women-owned businesses, because we love supporting our corporate sisters and getting ahead and getting promoted. And in turn, as entrepreneurs, we would love our corporate sisters' support and also promoting us.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, it's like expanding the reach and really creating the global community of women. I love it. I love it. So, who is Joe's? What inspired you?
Wow.
Have you always been a marketer, or have you always been community oriented, or is it something that you had to grow yourself into?
No, I think I'm just playing to my strengths, really, and the community I love most. At my root, I'm a Girl Scout. I started putting on events for girls when I was 7 years old. I did my first girl empowerment event, went all the way up the ranks. Every single year I put on events, and never stopped. Got my gold award and just kept going. And it was funny because I grew up in Chicago, and me and my sister were always the top cookie sellers. We sold over 1,000 boxes every single year, walking through the Chicago snow. It was cold. And, my mom said to me when I was about the time to go to high school, she was like, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I said, Ma, well, I really like Girl Scouts. And my mom's like, well, yeah, I don't know if that's really a full-time career for you. She's like, what else do you got? And I was like, well, I don't know what I want to do, but I'll tell you what I never want to have to do again. And I never want to have to do door-to-door in the cold sales. There has to be a smarter way to sell Girl Scout cookies and go on camping trips and make a difference. And so it really became like my lifelong question was, how do we promote what we believe in? How do we promote what we believe in, but work smarter, not harder? And then one day I was in Florida with my dad, and we just got out of the airport. And one of my favorite things about Florida is they have these billboards. I mean, most people like Disney, they like the rides. I like the billboards. So clearly always a marketer. And so we see this billboard, and it's for Wet and Wild, which is a water park, okay? And my dad, who's a former teacher, educator, administrator, he's always planned, and he never does things spontaneously. But for that day, he sees this billboard, and he's like, girls, if you have your swimsuits, I'm gonna take the whole family, and we're gonna go to Wet and Wild. And I was like, whoa, I thought to myself, I'm like this little entrepreneur, right? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, Wet and Wild did not call us. Wet and Wild did not knock on our door. My dad, who never just spontaneously does anything, sees a sign, and now he's paying money for an entire family to go to this water park, right? And I go, Dad, what's that called when you don't have to trudge through the snow and you just put up a sign and people just buy from you? And he goes, that's advertising. And I go, that's what I want
to do. That's a brilliant story. How old were you at that time?
Oh my goodness. it was before college, so high school sometime.
So you see, what I see in that story is that not only that you noticed your dad's behavior, but you were also like analyzing everything, the whole situation, and how your future, like jumping into the future self, right, of building the business. That is amazing. Question, Jose, has it always come easy to you to come up to a stranger while selling cookies? And basically, that's what we call networking. Have you ever felt shy or like not wanting to talk to the stranger, strike up the conversation? Because a lot of people, as you know, it's like this is the block that they can never overcome, and it stops them from achieving their greatness.
Well, I believe that a lot of times we model other people, and I've been very blessed to have one of the best sales people and leaders in my life, and that's my mom. My mom is phenomenal. She comes from a place of heart. She was in Mary Kay 17 years. She's one of the most confident, determined, kick-ass leaders out there that makes a huge difference in any community she's in. And so, I mean, I was just like, I want to be like my mom, and and what she does is what I did. And so no, I didn't really feel that reticence that a lot of other kids have, because my mom never even brought it up as something that women experience. What if we change the conversation and we stop this crap around telling women that we don't have confidence, and just stop repeating that because it's BS, and instead just continually showcase women who are kicking butt and getting results out in the world. And when you do that, the myth goes away, and we no longer have that in our conversation. Because I just think it's inflated, and I think we need to stop spreading that because it's hurting our sex. So
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. See, you guys just got a piece of powerful coaching from Joe's, right? Just stop that BS. I love that. It's as simple as that. So we promised that people are going to get the tips. And we promised with the title of this conversation and the title of this episode and conversation with you on the new ways of on the new ways of networking. And this is what you do through this organization, Promote Her Business. So could you kind of let us behind the scenes and tell us a little bit more about the structure and what people get so what do you do for the members, and how, just to show how and why other women should be a part of what you're building, and how they can up-level their networking skills in general in the very fast changing world.
Yeah, so to me, there's basically three pieces of really taking your networking to the next level and being an advanced networker, okay? So the three pieces are: one, not doing it alone; two, getting out there even when you don't feel like it; and I would say three is sharing more with your community what you're actually up to, okay? So let me take one of those at a time, okay? So the first thing is, I'm actually going to start backwards, is actually sharing what you're up to. Because a lot of times we want people to give us referrals, we want people to support us, but we only mention it really briefly, or we don't explain it thoroughly enough that people can actually go out and do it when we want them to do it in the way we want them to do it. Does that make sense? And so when you join Promote Her Business, the first thing that we have you do is we have you fill out your advantage session, fill out your advantage plan, which is your vision for the next year. And in there, you clearly articulate, what do you want? I want more speaking gigs. I want to find a new venue. I want these types of industry and promotion partners. I want to have experiences that improve my leadership and my communication. Great. We have a team of 13 leaders currently on our team right now. For the whole year, our entire leadership team is looking at your goals and doing everything in our power to support you. There is no other organization that I know of in the Valley or anywhere, period, in terms of national networking groups or women's groups that go to that level of understanding their members' goals and supporting them throughout the year.
Do you take questions right now? Is it okay?
I do now. Go ahead.
Okay. So let's say one of my goals is to improve my leadership skill, communication skills. So you're looking at my profile and you're seeing this is my need for the next year, what the goal, the intention. How exactly, how specifically, what's the next step? How do I get support? How do I get supported by the organization?
Oh, there's so many ways. So you have opportunities to support the leadership team. If you want to improve your communication, let's say you're intimidated to talk to people, right? Mm-hmm. So maybe we train you on how to do registration at the door and talk to a lot of people and get them to see your face so they think of you first and see you as a servant leader, because people don't want to just do business from people that always want their business. They want to do business from people they see give back to the community too, right? So we could train you in that. If I know you're a speaker and you have a one-pager, you can give me your one-pager. And the next time that, organizations come to promote her business because they trust our judgment on giving them referrals to really classy, high value, engaging speakers. And if you pass our criteria for being recommended, then we could recommend you to other organizations. The other part of it is at all of our networking events, we have a different format. It's not your same old, sit in a circle, do your 30-second commercial, or you just, go to some networking event and try to talk to as many people as humanly possible, get as many cards, go, right? Like we don't believe in card and run. So another part of communication is not just the breadth of people you talk to, but the depth of conversations you have. And by coming to our networking events, we have a format, a built-in format and methodology that trains you how to ask better questions and be a better networker. And the more you come to events, you get better and better at that skill. So you not just use it with us, you use it everywhere.
I actually want to endorse you for that, because I've been to a couple of events, in-person events with you, and I actually happen to be one of the winners of this contest that I love, absolutely. Yeah, when people walk, can you tell, just as a little peek into what's going on, what this contest is about? And it's really cool. I've never seen this format in any of the networking events that I've been to. So Jose, can you tell our listeners how you do it? Like this contest?
Yeah, so it's called the Ultimate Promotion Contest. And what's really cool, it's about developing deeper relationships and finding out who's the most interesting person in the room. And what's really cool is, in order to win, you have to know the person's first name and last initial, which right there puts you ahead of the curve of most networking events where people take your card and they don't remember your name. The other thing that's so cool is when people are asking you what's interesting about your business, it gets them to this new level of conversation with you, because normally they might say, okay, Susie, what do you do? Right? That's the question most people ask. What do you do? And Susie goes, I'm a real estate agent. And you think to yourself, do I need to buy a house? Do I need to sell a house? Do I want to invest in anything? Nope. Okay, bye, Susie. And she's not going to be my client, so definitely leaving, right? But I don't get to know from that conversation what makes Susie special, right? Because I just judged her based on her profession and went to the next person. Whereas during this contest, you're not there to see if they're your client or to just see if you need to do business with them, but you're getting to know them and find out what's most interesting. So you learn their special differentiator, So you could better talk about all the people in the group and know what makes Susie special outside of just being a real estate agent. You being able to do that will make you a 10 times better promoter of other people in the group. And whoever wins actually gets promoted to our entire community. So I mean, it's like a really big deal. So
it is a big deal. Yeah, very, very powerful. And I thought it was so cool and so innovative that I just want to applaud you for that, for adding that little piece. But you wanted to explain about the other two, right? So first you share, right? You share what you do, like you explained, and then because you were going backwards in your explanation about the three things. So let's finish with that if you don't mind, and then I have more questions for you.
Yeah, sure. So first you share. So you share with the team your grand vision for the next year. We do everything to support you in that, both personally and professionally. Second, you get out there and you network. I mean, that's the second part. Like the best way to learn to ride a bicycle is by what?
By riding the bicycle, by buying the bicycle first, by getting the bicycle and getting on the bicycle.
Exactly. It's the same thing with networking. It's the same thing with sales. The only way you can improve is by doing it. It's not theoretical. It's all practice. And the thing that's cool about Promote Her Business is that we have deeper, richer, higher level of skill development that you will get just from coming to the events, because it's not the same old thing where you're either left to your devices or you just do your 30-second commercial until you want to die. Like that is not us. We only have innovative formats. So we really appeal mostly to advanced networkers. And then the third way is really thinking bigger than yourself, right? There's two ways you can get business. One is you go out and get the business yourself, or two, you're smarter about it and you have people refer business to you, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, at Promote Her Business, we're really big on building your own dream teams of promotion partners. And where I got that from was in 2012, I went to the National Achievers Congress and they interviewed Robert Kiyosaki, right, who wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And they said, what made you so successful, Robert? And he said, I'm not going to tell you, I'm going to show you. And what he did is he brought up on stage his, I don't remember, 7 or 8 industry partners. They were not employees. They were not contractors. These were people that had the same audience as him. And he formed his own internal networking group, Dream Team, with these 7 or 8 people. And for years, they got each other on stages. They gave each other high quality referrals. They gave each other passive income opportunities. They went on vacation. They bought each other's daughters' Girl Scout cookies, right? I don't know if that's true, but I wish they did. But buy the cookies.
Tying back to your earliest career. As a cookie seller.
Yeah, buy the cookies. But really, like, the big thing that hit me was Robert said that he got more business from these 6 or 7 people than he did from joining 4 or 5 other networking groups. And that was a huge aha for me, because I said, you know what? I think most of us are looking at networking wrong. We're looking at it as, we're looking at it as breadth, right? Like, let's try to meet as many people as possible. And I get that to a point, but really where you get the high quality referrals and the lasting referrals and people thinking of you first is from the depth of your relationships, not the breadth of your network. And so what that caused us to do is for the last 5 years, since 2012, I have just studied the heck out of what millionaires and billionaires are doing in terms of cross promotions and building their own dream teams. And now at PHB, we have a whole training program that trains you to build your own dream team of promotion partners, stay with them for at least a year, and, establish ways that you can promote the heck out of each other. And, these people are loyal to you. It doesn't matter what group you're a part of. These are your dream team. And it's really powerful. If you do anything this year, my big golden nugget to you would be find your people that are going to stay with you over time, no matter what group you're in, and really train each other and promote each other and form an agreement over the next year.
Sure. Yeah. Amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much. So, those who are listening, I have a couple of questions to you before we let them know if they are ready to join your organization. And first of all, is it they can join the Facebook group, right? Just to see what's going on in the Facebook group. And then there's also, is it a membership? What is it? It's membership based, right?
Yes.
And is it for local people only, or it doesn't really matter? Anybody in the world can join? Do you have?
Yeah. So, okay. So I'm going to answer one question.
Sure. Yes, absolutely.
So, one is how it works is we have a Silicon Valley chapter. So if you're in the Bay Area, how it works is you can come to up to 2 events for free. You could try it before you buy the membership. Yes, we do have a membership, an annual membership, because to get the most value, you really get that from not just popping in and popping out, but really going back to, it's not just the breadth of relationships, it's the depth of relationships. So, and our leadership team wants to support you over the next year. So that's at the level of local Silicon Valley chapter. If this sounds interesting to you and you're a leader and you're kind of itching to build your own chapter, let me know. I'm Jose at promoteherbusiness.com, JOS at promoteherbusiness.com. And I would love to have a conversation about starting a chapter in your area, because we do have a chapter in a box that, we can take, and we can take that box and put your creativity next to it and, really propel you in your area. And then in answer to your question, if you are global and you're listening to this, the next step is to join our Promote Her Business public group page. And the reason I want you to join the public group page
on Facebook,
on Facebook, public group, because if you go to our regular business page, people won't see your post. Now, of course, I want you to like it. I'm the founder. I have to tell you to go like it. But really, if you want people to see your post, go to our public group page. And if I know you're with Zhanna and her community, we will approve you, because you do have to be approved.
Sure. Yeah, and we're gonna put the link below the videos also, yes, so you guys can see that if you're interested in joining Joe's and the leadership team and promote her business. Was there another question? So it doesn't really matter. Oh, the question was, you don't have to be local to join, but if you're not local, because you put a lot of in-person local network events. You also said that if somebody who is not in Silicon Valley, they can start their own chapter. But what if they are not ready to start the chapter? What is the reason for them to be a part of it? How can they benefit? Let's say if it's somebody from London.
Yeah. So a couple of things. One is, as much as I love virtual, which I will answer the virtual question in a minute, I still believe that nothing replaces face-to-face and getting to see the community in person. And we do have a global community. One way you can still come on at least an annual basis to get to know the community is we have an annual conference. It's coming up March 2nd, so make sure to put that on your calendar. And, we'd love to have you really get to know the community that way. In terms of other opportunities, we do have marketing and sales trainings that we do year round. And we have experts in all different areas of marketing and sales and business. So if you need support in anything around acquiring customers or promoting your business or getting more sales, I don't know anyone that doesn't want more sales, then, please think of us first, because we have experts in every area of marketing and that you would possibly need, and we have niches even, like you could be like,
awesome.
Oh, I need somebody specific in LinkedIn. Boom. And we can even recommend a couple of people for you to interview, because different people connect with different personalities, so think of us first for that. And then also the last thing is for the High Powered Connectors program. You don't need to be local to learn the methodology to build your own dream team. So if you're interested in that, let me know, and let's get your dream team going for 2018.
Awesome. Joe's, oh my goodness, there's a lot of valuable information. So the episode is coming to the end, but as usual, all my guests, I am asking this one question before we end the show. What would you, first of all, was amazing. Thank you so much for bringing the value. My big takeaway from conversation today on how to network effectively and successfully in this fast changing modern world is to really build this dream team of promoters who you go in depth rather than in breadth, right? So that's my biggest takeaway. I hope you guys got your takeaways from the conversation with Hanan today, the founder and CEO of Promote Her Business. And the question really is, at the end, can you share one gem out of your treasure chest with all our listeners and viewers?
Yeah, so my gem for today is, because it's the holidays and our goal at Promote Her Business is, as is in our name, to promote the heck out of women-owned businesses, is to think of women-owned businesses first for your shopping needs. I know a lot of people, they want to buy from women-owned businesses and they're like, Joe's, it's just not easy. We don't know. We don't have a concentrated source to look at women-owned businesses first for, when we're shopping for our kids and our family. And what I would say is, please, put out to our Promote Her Business community anything that could be a good gift during the holidays, and then also buy first from our Promote Her Business community, because we're doing everything in our power to promote the heck out of women-owned businesses. And actually 2017 is the year of women entrepreneurs, and it's not over yet. So we want to play till the end. We're not giving up. We want to give more women more business than ever before during the holiday season. So go to our Promote Her Business public group page on Facebook and let's get women more business.
Beautiful. I love that. Thank you so much for being with us. And you guys are watching and listening. Dream Big with Zhanna, inspiring you to reignite, refire, and refuel your life. And today's guest was the amazing Hanan with Promote Her Business. Thank you so much. And let's go network. Let's go build the dream team of promoters. And when we go shopping, we think women first. Thank you. We'll see you next time. Thank you, Joe. Bye. Bye.